Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Classic Order Gameplay Show. We have a lot to talk about today. This is the aftermath of the first video and changes that we're doing with the show. So, hang 10. Let's get going on today's Classic Order Gameplays. It's going to be a long host. Oh, boy. Hello, welcome to the Classic Order Gameplays. This is an aftermath, so I welcome all of you today. And I'm going to be using a lot of these filters more. I used it on my Creative Dream, and you can actually check that one out. It is talking about the other situations and things. I didn't talk much about it, but I do have a link to that if you like seeing arts and me doing arts and stuff. I um, I have like a lot of older content on that channel, but it's my main branch and trade on there. But on here on the Classic Quarter Gameplays, it's for fans, it's for people. It's not more for myself, but it's for sharing with all of you great video game content and mostly for Gundam fans and everything, knowing and showing Gundam content stuff. As much as I like Gundam, so I am a third party with Bandai for retailing. So if I owned a business, I could order products from them. I also um, would love to do stuff with Bandai because it's one of my heart favorite places in the world. But as well as much as Nintendo. And those are most of my two favorite things. And what makes me love Microsoft a lot is for the software they do, the things they do. There's a lot of great things about Microsoft as well. And my favorite stuff is working with Microsoft software or thing. Mostly great companies around the world rely off of Microsoft for computer software and stuff. And there's a great deal of software works on there. And I really appreciate these great companies I just mentioned. I even like Sony as well, but I'm more of an old schooler, and it's just really scary how these companies are going nowadays. And mostly as an average worker of everyday life, I I try to escape with video games and everything. Everybody tries to make it a competition, or everybody tries to make it something else. It's a challenge when you play a game. But there's different kinds of gamers out there. Me, I like to have fun and to enjoy the game. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. So, that's the truth about me. But a lot of younger generations take it a lot seriouser and stuff. And I'm gonna start cutting back on video game streams. I'm not gonna totally eliminate the channel for how it is, but mostly you're gonna catch most of my live streams on Twitch more now if I do anything. And Twitch, mostly they'll keep it up there for a couple days unless they're changing and they're gonna start holding on to content a lot more. I did this on my other channel on YouTube. I said, "Look at my web feet." I'm using the green screen, so if you do a lot of fast motions, shake your heads, and if you're not focused directly at the camera, you get these little cut off corners. And mostly this will be used on gaming more, this kind of stuff. But I'm gonna try to get do a lot of still shots into the arts with this and doing this on my gaming aftermaths once in a while. Um, Technology is rapidly changing, and YouTube changed with anything. So if you're using certain promotions and you have the word gun in it, like if you're using Gunpla or Gundam, in the US, a lot of it's not recognized by the fans and by American people that know the anime. And so does Viz Comics and Bandai and Sunrise, because these guys all associate. And Viz is also a part of Marvel, which is cool because that's another company that inspired me when I was younger. Besides a lot of things like Pac-Man, um, Mario Brothers, and and Sonic the Hedgehog from Sega. There's a lot. I love the classic games, but mostly I always was a Nintendo fan more. And my friend Cedric was um, a Sega fan, and I liked Sega too. I wanted one when I was a kid, and now I have one. It's actually collecting. It's in its original case and everything, and I'm not taking it out until. I mean, I intend to play these things, but I want to get a better location, a better place, and I want to set up my stuff. And it's just one of those things how everything has been changing lately. I want to make a really beautiful museum and stuff. I have a mission, not just for gaming, but a lot of stuff I have missions for. I want to connect with YouTubers. I want to connect with people. I want to make a difference. And because there's just so much change, and YouTube's getting wilder every day. So that's why I brought up the promotion things. If you're trying to do anything in promotions to help raise views on your stuff, because YouTube has a promotion button once you're out there enough, and also there's sites that does it too, but be careful because some of these sites can be a fake site or could get you in trouble and get your channel in trouble, I'm trying to say. So you could actually end up having problems, and you got to be careful and also stuff like that. And as well, there are people that are legit out there too, but I recommend the Google and analytics if you are monetization already or you're working under certain things with them. You have your Google setups and use the promotions. I use some of them. I do those things there, what I just said, and there's ways of doing it. There's also one that Mr. Beast sponsored before, and it's populated, and then everybody hears about certain ones that are legit and stuff. But with the new rules that came to YouTube between last year and this year, more and more, it's if it's a video game, it's hard to put out. And also, when you're in the video game and you upload it, and if it's not a live stream, but if you are monetized like me, and it puts you through these questions like, is it safe for the audience? Always, if it's on phone or any certain things, I say, is it for kids or not? Especially for a live stream. But when you're looking at it, mostly when you're monetizing a pre-video or a video you uploaded, it could actually say, well, it's going to ask you, is it here for there, or you're going to have them self-promote it for you, and it could be rejected then. But then if you just go ahead and select what you want, you get forced into something under violence. Does it contain guns and all this stuff? I says, wait a minute, Gundam contains guns, but it's an anime, but it has nothing there for certain branched off stuff. So if you do something particular, because it says Gundam or Gunpla, it's like you're forced to put it's a complete violent thing. I'm like, I drop in my mouth right there, especially if it's a video game. Yeah, it does contain violence. Video games have a rating system: M for mature, uh, E for everyone. YouTube, you got to get that in there. If I select it under gaming and you have a list of games, it should have the pre-rating already in there for the video games, and you already have it set for kids or not kids. Get those ratings on those video games that are in your list. It's a big variety. I know your Lane community probably popped those together, but you got to do something because if the game's rating ain't set and you just put in like I'm using real guns, pew pew. I mean, no, that's not cool. You really want to connect with the fans That is, I mean, guns are cool if you have responsibilities, but the thing is, because I've been a military brat and my family, I've been around this kind of stuff. So, but the thing is, my stuff is practically, I try to make it cheerful for everyone and everything. And video games could be completely violent or non-violent. It needs a mature rating set. And I want to connect with people from my age. I know young teenagers, they come and watch my stuff and I appreciate it. I want to connect with them too. And I like connecting with everybody and every how. And I'm very friendly. I try to keep it friendly as possible. It's rare that I do say curse words on mine, like AVGN. James Ralph and Mike Matei was the ones that got me back into gaming. I was about to give up on gaming. If it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't even push myself. And now I'm changing my episodes for the new season. This is the end of this season. Season 50, episode 51 is season is after this is gonna be season 3. Naturally, episode 50 was supposed to be season 3. I think I said it was season 3, but um, I had a few mispronunciations. My last episode 50 was sponsored by an anonymous sponsor or a charity. It was a charity or anonymous sponsor. He put over $1 million. The guy was rich, okay, and he sponsored in towards the one kid, and he wanted to be anonymous. And because it looked like a game show thing, it's what I did. And so these were people that he found that followed me, not just probably, well, one was on Facebook and the other one was, so it's like, okay, he found these people that were following me on my fan page on Facebook. I think that's where he got them. So, but we all got together and I gave away some extra materials I have. I still have a lot of extra stuff. So, but um, I got rid of a TV and the extra stuff. I have a copy of those laptops. I had two of each because I always buy laptops and I'm like, oh, I gotta have more than one, and I use it for my editing. So I still have some of these old laptops. I had two HPs. I had an extra Dell. I have an extra Leveron, and I still use those. So that's why I hanged on to them. And it seems like those HPs, those older 2014 and 2017 HPs, they just burn out with on the batteries. So you gotta be careful with those. But HP is a good company. I like Leveron as well, and you know. But yeah, this video was a challenge putting it together. Every time it comes to the bearded man, I really got to hire somebody in to play for him besides me just being like my future self. But he is like the evils of evils. So he's like, yeah, the bearded man. Who is this guy? Everybody's like, well, it was me from the future that teleported into the past. But this is a bearded man from a different dimension. So, and he brings all the cursed things. If you ever watched the YouTuber, the bed monster, the I forget his name. I think it's Coco Ed. Coco Ed. He does a lot of gun stuff, but Coco Ed's really funny. I love how some of the stuff he does, and it's a little demonic. So this is not for kids; it's for adults. So um, you know, I always like advise parents they should watch their kids what they're doing sometimes. And nowadays, kids a lot of parents just hand their kids phones and not have a hoot, and that's not good for educational purposes and stuff if you're doing things now. But it's kind of reminds me, because he's pretty much have someone working the gloves or that he's doing the gloves, and he's taking different shots of himself. And I'm getting to where I can't double shot myself half the time with the video camera. Just having those cameras over there, over here. Like, oh God. But the one thing is, um, I try very hard, and sometimes you notice I have duplicated videos with special cuts and splicing together with Bearded Man. I want to get more of that in this year and trying to get some stuff in. But yeah, the Bearded Man, I'm hoping to have somebody come and be like my opposite self. And that would be a good one. I have a beard, and then I get the guy that I get in. to help with my videos. He has the beard. We're like, and double face, and that would be gold right there. Like I forgot to shave one day. That'd be so cool. Oh, pardon me, I'm a little parched. I should have had a drink, but I just want to get this video up and going. And a lot of my content I do myself. Now, one year I went to my best friend Daniel's, and I we did a lot of filming. He dressed up in a lion costume and did a couple of alien stuff. We got a Star Wars episode we did, and all this other crazy stuff. But I also talked about on my other channel on the Zimian's Local Series, a remention if nobody was here to see that. I did a live podcast. Mostly my podcast will be just a live stream on YouTube. I'm not going to really hook up any HRSs to podcasts. I do have Anchor. I do. So that's why you don't see most of the Creative Dreams on there. And then it only stays so long on Anchor when you're using it for free for audios and you're limited for how much you put out. So those podcasts are probably long gone, but I'm trying to get everything to YouTube now, even if I have to upload whatever I had from the past um, on my other channel. But on my other channel, I do arts. I build Gunpla on my other channel. I make little amazing pieces. I did a Overwatch Divas mech suit, a wooden one. I painted it for my brother's birthday. I built the RX-78 Gundam, and I built it was the SDRX-78. Then I did the oh gosh, the Haven Gundam. The Haven Gundam was a pain in the butt. I also did my Jim Sniper. This is a story of the project that I'm working on my other channel. If you're a Gundam fan, because I have a lot of Gundam fans following me here on on here, or just regular gamers as well. And then we also got people that are in a Battlefield and Call of Duty as well. I it's just getting crazy and wild on YouTube, and I'm just saying be careful out there, and anybody can say anything sometimes. This is just a talk. This is like a after record podcasting after after it's just following up what I did with episode 50. This is episode 51, so I'm making it long. There's no special stuff. It's just me chatting, so don't get too bored. I know um, I would have a friend or somebody with me, but most of my friends are across the United States in certain parts, so I'm mostly here with family or by myself half the time. So, um, but hey, what else I want to just before I wrap? Oh yeah, I'm not gonna wrap up quite yet, but the my Horo. If you know my angry Horo, he's called the Angry Horo. You probably where I got inspired by two creators that have the word angry. Of course, AVGN, James Ralph, and with Mike Mate and Aaron, his girl, and they're wonderful people. All of them, I appreciate them. Um, AVGN is for adults, not kids. Okay. And then also mentioning again anyways, I'm trying to say the angry Goomba. Um, there is, I think he's called the angry Goomba. Um, but anyways, you probably know who I'm talking about. But he's amazing too. He talks about video games. He plays his Game Boy. He's stuck between two pipes. I think I got the name right. I know he between him, James Ralph, they're really amazing. I mentioned some pretty good YouTubers today for us adults out there. There's a lot of cool YouTubers, a lot of cool young gamers too, and no matter what age you are. Just saying, I think the gaming community is going to end up changing by the future, and I think there's a lot of things that are going to be happening because YouTube's making these new rules. Things are pushing aside. We might be streaming. If you are a streamer, might be streaming somewhere else, where more like a lot of people are going to Twitch because well, it only lasts for how long that video has been viewed or how long if you haven't saved it to the playlists and stuff. Twitch has a funny setting compared to YouTube, and YouTube's a lot easier to function. Now, also people are using BitChute, so BitChute is a really nice platform. A lot of people also use Tumblr for stuff, but it's more recommended for pictures like a photo bucket. But you can get videos and some short kind of videos up there because I think they only allow a couple good minutes, and that's about. I don't know how that works because I know Tumblr. I'm signed up to it. I never used it, but I have used BitChute before. I have used certain things. My videos ain't up on those quite yet, but I have used them. They're pretty good platforms as well. But YouTube's doing things in a new perspective, and so I'm thinking down the future if you're not using YouTube gaming, and that failed in a way because it's all it was a link in and out. It still had any video you uploaded through there was on YouTube itself. Any YouTube thing was implemented over like it was one whole thing from a channel. It's not even considered it's more of a link for gamers and more of a link for just having something out there. It's not even, it's just a part of YouTube technically. As well, I think um, I think things are going to be changing so rapidly. It might hurt a lot of broadcastings and stuff. And because things are, like I said, it's getting wild and crazy on YouTube, and I appreciate YouTube, and I love the platform, and I just don't. It puts me in fear because a lot of things could happen. So first of all, like fair use between the copyright strikes and everything, because corporates own these games, they have the rights to the title, even if their copyright is expired. It's just where people say something, you know. So be careful as a gamer, a streamer out there. Just gotta be careful because by law and of law, they could take that stuff anytime they want, and and there might be some that want to pick a fight, and it's not good. Me, I want to stay clear, at least out of the way of those things. So I'm changing my channel now. And that's the same with my other channels. I'm just changing my perspective. My other channel on the Zimios Global Concerns, I kept giving the delay on my animations. I've been avoiding the art. And when I was getting the art, I was getting depressed. And I said, I don't know, maybe next year, this year, that year, my animation. You know what I did? I built this mask, and I'm gonna be using the mask of my animated character because he's my trademark. And bad thing, people that are big companies can come after things as artists as well. No matter what kind of content you create, gotta be realized it's a risk that you're willing to take, and you can be in jeopardy for no reason at all, though you meant no harm. My stuff, I try to keep it fan based, no matter what channel it is or what. I try to connect with the people. I want to do podcasts as well on here with the gaming, but it'll be live stream. So what I would do, I would have people come in and talk with them, average people. I would love to talk more with the developers of the video games out there if it was okay. But the way things are going, even to speak with animators on my art channel, I would love to start doing that. And I also want to keep the Classic Quarter Gameplays TV show the same because it's so much humor and fun. I like to make people laugh. Now, sometimes not all my stuff is that perfect because like I said, I'm independently doing it on my own. It is 10 times harder. It takes longer to write a script, do the thumbnails, whatever you're doing, planning out what day is safe, and to speak with the public and community. And those are the things. And it's really hard. It takes me monthly to monthly to do it. But my Haro, I'm back to that. If you leave a comment below, if you have seen my Haro things, he'll read your a lucky 3 or a lucky 4, between 3 and 4. He'll read them out. Certain ones will be picked from the community, and will read your comments that you leave below. So if you leave a comment on one of my videos, he might pick the latest comment or a comment, mostly on the latest video. But you can actually comment some of the other ones because a lot of people hit the thumbs up on my videos sometimes. and never leave comments, but I do have a few comments here and there on each video, just about. But a lot of them sometimes have zero. And then I says, there's something that they don't want. They probably have no words to explain. So, and it's pretty much is I don't know why, but I get more likes out of it. So I know the video was good, but then maybe it wasn't. It was fear or not because the way YouTube changed things over the years. Um, I don't know if that's about all of what I could say, but I don't know. My mind is punched. That's my brain right now. Um, but everything is just rapidly changing. And I just had to talk about that the whole drastic thing. But the project, going to the project, it was amazingly. I broke it into 7 pieces that video. I had a hell of a time uploading it. Like I said, YouTube's having changes, and some things are not permitted through the promotions. But I had to go over it, and then when I found out there were sound issues and certain things, I had to make sure and go over it. And then I said, well, I did like a special mixer thing for the music with the bearded man and stuff. But when I spliced it, it was rehashtagged sounds, but when it went in there, it picked up my voice. I forgot to remove me saying, okay, blah, blah, blah. I did purposely do that, okay, blah, blah, blah. So it goes, went rock, or rock. It has like a sound in there. You'll notice that like after the bear man's done talking, I connected the video, but I left a strip that I moved and I didn't see it because sometimes I'll leave a hairline in the editor software. I'm like, uh-oh. But it blends and the whole video looks good. Now, with Horo jumping from skips, I took from the one video and I said, we're going to use that. But then I realized there are problems with each blimp, and I'm going to have to fix that. I'm going to go back. I'm going to make a special clearance for that so I can actually work with the video than have a uneven video. So I could actually have it without it gibbering and the blimps, the flashing in there. So, and I fixed it where it worked good with the last video, episode 50. So it looks great. So I advise you to check it out. You'll have a laugh. And we're doing like a game show contestant. If you ever see Nickelodeon's Arcade or Slime Time or Double Dare or Wild and Crazy Kids, well, I do it with video games and I put them up against a challenge, and then it's just classic. And I remember there was this one game when they had it was like Nick Arcade, the arcade one from the 90s, but it was running the same a little after that first year with that, and it was some other one, and it wasn't the temple, the treasures temple or the temple. I know Mr. Beast did something with that. That was cool. I like that he bought that and he did that, something like that. It was so cool. I remember those. Oh my god. But I was more of an 80s kid too. Nickelodeon back at that time was Ren and Stimpy and all that cool stuff, but there's so much history, and and, oh, and all the new stuff. My sinuses are bothering me. Please excuse me about that. It's just, mm, it's been cold weather, cold weather, cold weather. Instantly 7 degrees. Thumbs up to that. And yep, thumbs up. So yep, and I just hope to God, I get wonderful more people like you to follow me and to share the content and bring joy to all my channels. If you're an artist and you like animations and arts, I mean, I know something about us Mikes, we love to draw. Us Michaels love to draw. But there's other artists out there with so many wonderful names, so many creators, and I just hope I could bring a lot of great visual effects and stuff here on the Classic Order gameplays and stuff. And the next one is going to be like something really interesting. I'll give a hint about it. Cornball, not a cornball, not a cornball, but maybe the actual arcade cornball, something like that. and maybe something. I might test them with Contra. Maybe I will test them with, or maybe I'm thinking maybe some of the original PlayStation games. I might pull one or two things from like PS1 or because that's what we did last one. So, anyways, I think that's about it. Before my mind goes a little, ooh, spider senses, or me exploding with a bomb and just bamming myself out. Bam! And then, wow. So, I just don't know where the future is always taking me. Every YouTuber, I've been around since, actually, before I finish up, I've been around since YouTube started. And I had these weird videos started with animals. And I do have an animal one on the Zimeon side on my other channel. I will have links going to the other video of the podcast and maybe some of my artwork here. You guys want to check it out if you like arts and see some of my projects or my model builds. Uh, like I said, I kind of kept repeating the same thing over on the other channel when I first started, and I just I'm just dying to get that animation done. I do not know when it gets done. That's the words I kept saying, and I'm hoping to push forwards. And there's just gonna be changes from that. If it's gonna be more model builds, it's gonna be more model builds. If it's gonna be more drawing, it's gonna be more drawing. If I'm gonna be selling products, it's gonna be selling products, but which it will not be selling products, but it'll be more artwork of some sort on the other channel. And here I'm gonna really focus on the gaming. But hit that thumbs up. Don't be too upset. Smoking out of my ears. And don't delay. Yeah. And as well, time just flew by too quick. And now I'm just going to say subscribe, like. I hope we have a wonderful week. I hope you guys check out my other videos. There's some videos that need love, mostly also on my art channel, but you must be interested in art to actually go in there, or Gunpla builds. I don't have much up on that other channel, but I do have over some interesting stuff, and it's my trademark characters is supposed to be represented and not building Gunpla, but I'm a fan of Gundam. I would be happy to work with Sunrise and happy to work with Bandai in the future. But this is a fan channel for gaming, and I'm hoping to open my future business in the future. What way things look in this modern day, it's grim. But subscribe, hit the thumbs, be ready for the next episode. The next episode might have cornball or some sort of game play, and as well, I'm gonna pick a random game for the next one and challenge these kids. There's gonna be some brand new contestants, and I'm gonna find some. So be ready for episode 52. Season 3 is coming soon. So we're going to be working on season 3. It's going to be quite a while, so you can check out all my videos. Just check them out if you want. It's all up to you. You got so much to do in life. We probably don't even have time to check everything, but it's cool. Bye. Be awesome. Keep frosty, I say. Bye. Keep awesome, everybody. Love you all.
Frosty. Super juice. Enjoy, everybody. Have a wonderful week, and check out the other videos below.